Hello everyone, it's Patrick Francisco coming to you today from Zola Distributing and National Glass Service Group for the blog Elevate Your Perspective. I wanted to bring you the second blog to talk about something you use every day in this industry, and that would be your knives. We talked about doing some product reviews, and I figured this would be the best one to get that series started off with. Again, something you guys use every day. The first thing I want to touch on knives and blades, though, is non-stainless blades. It's been an issue over the years in the industry. As you know, if you use a non-stainless blade, there's a strong likelihood that you will scratch glass. That being said, many of these knives come with non-stainless blades from the factory, so it's very important that you check that before you start utilizing the knife. Historically, NT knives have come with non-stainless blades, and many of the Olfa knives have come with stainless blades, but with current cost cutting, the economy, it's not safe to assume that any of the knives you will be getting have stainless blades. Always check. Essentially, this is an NT red dot knife, and just to show you what I'm talking about, this knife comes with a couple blades on the backer card. You'll notice those are both non-stainless blades. It also comes with a blade in the knife, also non-stainless blades. The first thing you want to do upon receiving this knife is take that blade out along with these two, put them away for use on other things around the house, around the shop. Do not use them on glass. What you want to be looking for with a stainless blade is right back here by the adjustment hole on the blade. There should be stamped into the steel, stainless. If you do not see that stainless stamp, you should assume the blade you're looking at is non-stainless and get a stainless blade in there before utilizing it on glass. It's a very expensive repair if you end up cutting somebody's glass, and blades are cheap. So just make sure you're always using a stainless blade so that you're not going to run into that mistake. Okay, that's out of the way, so let's talk about some of these knives. I don't have all the knives obviously available, but I wanted to bring out some of the most popular knives and show you some of the features and benefits and why you may choose one over the other, and also some of the variants that you're going to run into and just some of the different things that you may want to consider when choosing a knife. The first knife we're going to talk about is the NT red dot knife. Easily the industry standard for the last decade, and there's a lot of reasons why. I want to go right to one of the big reasons. For a long time it was the only knife that had this uniform edge across the top. That may not seem like a big deal, but unless you're a left-handed tinner. Big benefit of this is you can flip the blade and use it comfortably as both a left-hander and a right-hander. As you notice right now, it's set up for a right-hander. I can have my thumb on the adjustment and easily cut and work the knife both with one hand, just my right hand. For a left-hander though, what you'll notice is now the cutting edge is on the wrong side. So with this knife and the uniform edge across the top, it's a simple process. You take the knife out, you flip it over, slide it back in. Now the cutting edge, you'll notice, is on the other side. Again, now with my left hand, I have my thumb on the adjustment, can use the knife easily from both sides. Very popular feature with this knife. One of the other popular features is a locking blade. You'll notice once it gets locked into position, the knife will neither move in or out. So that's a great feature. So if you're putting a lot of pressure on the blade won't move on you. Finally, one of the other features is the large range of adjustment on the NT blade, almost twice what it is on any of the other knives. For every click of the adjustment, you get about half of the snap-off blade exposed. Gives you actually a very fine adjustment. A lot of people really like that because you can really tightly control just how much blade is showing out of the end of the knife. The other thing is a very nice sleek design. Again, this is the most popular knife in the industry, and for a lot of good reasons. The second most popular knife in the industry would be considered the Olfa Silver. That's this knife right here. It's also referred to as the SVR1. Again, you'll notice a nice sleek design, very similar to the NT. A couple main differences between the NT and this knife, however. One, you'll notice right off the bat, we talked about the left and right. This knife is set up specifically to be used by right-handers. You can't flip the blade over the way you can with the NT knife. Another major feature of the NT that is missing on this one is the locking blade. As you notice, this blade can easily be moved in and out. It does not lock into place. Finally, this has a very coarse adjustment. For roughly every adjustment click, one snap off of the blade comes out. That works great for a lot of people, so it's not a huge feature that's lost, but again, if you're used to using the red dot, that would be something that this knife does not have. But again, easily probably the number 2 selling knife in the industry, have been a very popular knife for many years, so nothing wrong with that knife at all. However, because Olfa realized that NT had some feature benefits on the red dot that they did not have on the SVR1, they came out with a knife called the SVR2. Couple things right off the bat, you'll notice they have the uniform top. Can be used by left and right handers the same way as the NT. Also locking blade like the NT. So a couple benefits that they realized that they needed. Still doesn't have the range of adjustment that the NT has, but it has a little bit more than the SVR1. So again, keeping with the nice, tight, sleek design, people really like this knife. If they're used to the NT and want to switch to an Olfa product, they typically would go with the SVR2. Then you get into some knives that are a little bit of a variant from the smaller designs, and I'll explain a couple of those. Again, there's a lot of variety, but I just wanted to go over the basic designs. One would be to go with a larger body. A lot of people like this because, especially if you have problems with your hands, carpal tunnel, things like that, this gives you a little bit more to grip onto. Also, they come with a lot of features like a soft rubber grip on the top. This is an Olfa product called the A2, very similar to the SVR1 Silver. It does not have a locking blade. It has a coarse adjustment and a right hand specific top. But I wanted to show you this just to give you an idea. There's NT versions of this, as well as a lot of other options with regard to the shape of the body to make it comfortable. But the biggest difference is just the body extension to give you a little bit more to grip onto. A lot of people feel, if they've grown using these knives, that this is a very bulky option and they don't like these at all. But for some people, this is a great option, especially if you have problems with your hands. The other option that a lot of people go for is a cartridge knife. Now this happens to be an NT, and this is a 5-blade cartridge. And let me explain some of the benefits to that. This comes with all the features of the red dot. It's got a full range of adjustment. It's got a left and right option on the top. And the biggest benefit to this, though, is the fact that it holds 5 blades at one time. You get done with one blade, you click it out, you just slide it back, and you've got another blade. Now, I've only loaded 2 in here, but it will actually hold 5 blades. When you get done with the last blade, you pop it out. It's a very easy process. You take this slide out, reload 5 more blades, you're right back in business. For many tinners, the ability to hold 5 blades will probably get them through the better part of an entire tinning day, so it's a real time saver. The negative to a knife like this, obviously, there's got to be some place to hold the mechanism and hold the 5 blades. So you'll see that the body's larger, actually even larger than what you saw in the Olfa A2. Some people feel that this is a very bulky knife and they don't like it, but for some, learning to deal with the bulk of the knife is more than offset by the convenience of having the five blades. So again, I just wanted to show you a variety of the different knives, as well as address the most popular knives, which would be the red dot, the SVR1 and the SVR2. Talk to you about some of the differences and why you may choose one over the other, so that you can. This again is going to be a tool more than any of the hard cards, more than any of the scrapers, squeegees, anything. This is something you use every day on every job. It's important that you get something that you like to use and has all the features and benefits that you want. Again, we want to stress to make sure you're using stainless blades. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me at pfransko, that's P-F-R-A-N-S-K-O, at zoladist, ZOLADIST.com. I'd be happy to answer any specific questions. But again, just one more thing we're going to try to do, help you understand the products we're selling a little bit better so that you can make an educated decision. And I'm signing off, but once again, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it helps to elevate your perspective, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.